permit 250-260 Conference Center at the Monroe Institute. This is at 365 Roberts Mountain Road in Faber. 6 parcels, totaling an acreage of 44.44 acres. The applicant is Shemp Engineering. Property is home to the Monroe Institute, founded in 1971. This was prior to the adoption of our zoning ordinance, so therefore it's considered a legal non-conforming use. The expansion of non-conforming use does require compliance with our current zoning ordinance, hence the special use permit request. The Monroe Institute is proposing to expand its operations and develop a conference center to include residential quarters, offices, cafeteria, common services area, a gift shop, meeting rooms, a studio, and a storage space. The conference center is defined as a facility for hosting public and or private events, including but not limited to weddings, receptions, social events and parties, workshops, and or conferences, which is used as a venue for social, cultural, recreational, and or educational activities, and may include lodging accommodations. Outlined in green, the 6 parcels there are where we're talking about. The water system is located on these parcels.
There are the parcels subject to the special use permit were in existence prior to the zoning ordinance. I believe it existed, so that what was here is essentially allowed to continue, but to expand it, we go through the special use permit process. And so they're proposing to construct a 33,000 square foot multi-use center, and that contains the residential quarters, offices, gift shop, as noted. Access to the site is off Rocky Road, the same as you get to it now, those of Rocky Road, Roberts Mountain Road. Our request is for an expansion to 90 guests, basically. So I think right now we operate around 28 thereabouts. And so it would be not 90 new, but 90 total when complete. Just clarity. It was founded in 1971, Bob Monroe, and in 76 he acquired the land the property sits on now, along with the adjacent subdivision, the new land subdivision. It's about 726 acres. I think Monroe was one of the first entities in the community that led to some others, things that are synchronicity, serenity, but also I think of things like Shannon Farm and things that established a similar era that to me are a bit of kind of what Nelson County is. You know, I think some of these institutions that have been here that are bringing people into our nature and letting them, letting people sort of nourish themselves in their ways they like are, I think, really fundamental to our community. And these their spot where they can expand their operation. All their current slots are filled up for about a year out right now, so people are not able to attend because there's not enough capacity for folks who want to be here. Existing structures, and then the new building, the sort of 3-wing building, is the proposed expansion. The gravel on the right, that sort of light-colored area is your existing parking lot. Then we extend the parking lot to that new circle, and that would be the access to the new facility. You would look in the opposite direction, the rendered view here. So you're looking back from the neighborhood, sort of back way. A view looking at it face on. The building is set very strategically to be allowed to be built, even though it's a larger building than what's there, we can work it into the topography such that it's 1 story on the front side, which is important. We're trying to minimize the scale of this on the road side. But then it is 2 stories, so the grade slopes away from the hill on the back. So we get the square footage we need for the operation, the scale operation to be successful without having to build a 2 or 3 story building on the street side. The views gives you a good sense of scale. This is standing on Roberts Mountain Road, looking back towards the building. So it's 1 level, and we would landscape it, of course. These are things are site plan issues, but that would be integrated with design as the project is developed. View from the back, now looking the other direction, so you can see how it's 2 stories. Out in the slope where it comes out there, and that's where we get a lot of our square footage for the needed uses. There'll be trails and similar things to help get people down to the lakes and things like that without having to go on roads. Those are integrated in our design.